Thank you for joining today's session. As part of our previous class, we have discussed about two different items. One, SAP GTS overview, where we have discussed about what are the different submodules of SAP GTS and their respective application areas or the functionalities. So basically, we covered the GTS overview with all submodules and their application areas. And also we discussed about the business add-ins, baddies, and the change pointers, that we need to activate to transfer the transactional data and the master data from the fader system to GTS system. So these are the two areas what we discussed in our first week of training class. And in the today's class, we will be discussing about SAP GTS E4H business partner concept. The reason for discussing the business partner concept is in SAP GTS we treat everything as a business partner. Even though if you are using SAP ECC, as a source, what we do, we still consider the customer or the vendor, even though we use in the ECC like a customer, vendor, or forwarding agent, or consignee, whatever the partner you are referring or you are using in SAP ECC. But when it comes to SAP GTS, when you transfer those master data elements, part and master data elements from the ECC to GTS, what happens in SAP GTS? We treat or we replicate or we create as a business partners. So that means as part of SAP GTS, it is essential to understand the concept of the business partner. So you need to know what happens when you transfer a customer from SAP ECC or S4. When you transfer a customer or like business partner as a customer from the S4 or customer from the ECC, that, right? Most of the team members might be knowing that in SAP ECC we have customer vendor concept, whereas in SAP S4 HANA we have like business partner as a customer, business partner as a vendor, and business partner as a some other role. So that's what we have. So in both cases, we need to know what happens when a partner transfer from the feeder system to the GTS system. So because in SAP GTS we treat everyone. So whoever the partner it is, customer we treat as a business partner, vendor we treat as a business partner, or we refer as a business partner, or forwarding agent we treat as a business partner. Even the bank also we treat as a business partner, or a financial institution we treat as a business partner, or a data provider. So the data provider who provides the data to the companies. So everyone, like even one more thing, even the organizational units also refer as a business partners in the SAP GTS. So due to that reason, we need to know when you transfer a customer or vendor or whatever the business partner you transfer from the feeder system to the GTS, with how the GTS system will create the business partner record, and also what role it assigns, what business partner role it assigns to the business partner in the GTS system. And also, if you are creating a business partner record, directly in the GTS system, like business partner as a data provider, business partner as a bank, or business partner as a foreign trade organization, business partner as a legal unit, whatever the element you are directly creating in the GTS system, we need to know what role we need to select. We need to know what role we need to select when you are directly creating the business partner in the GTS. And also we need to know what happens when you transfer any of the partner master data elements from the S4 or ECC to GTS, with what role system automatically create the business partner record. So these are the some of the important things what we need to know. And in addition to that, we also need to know that so where we can configure the business partner related setup in the GTS system. We need to know that where we can define the roles or where we need to define the business partner groups or identification types. And also we need to know how we can define the external number grouping or internal number grouping. So these things we need to touch as part of today's class. Okay. So let me move on. So let me share my screen first. Any questions what we are going to discuss?
Yeah, Venkat, I have one small question as this is my first class here.
Okay.
And just wanted to understand, maybe you have described in the last two sessions. The first point is so wanted to understand in E4H system. So what is the major difference the previously that 11.0 what we are using and now in the E4H? So one thing I found during the video that is what you can say the area menu, which is not right now available, and now that Fiori app instead of that we are using. Correct. So is there any other like changes it happened in E4H?
Yes, not only that, there are many changes. Very high level,
Mm-hmm.
I can say like this.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, the complete GUI concept is redesigned in the SAP GTS E4H. Just to give me 1 minute, okay? One of the student is having trouble joining, okay? 1 second. Just need to share the link. Okay. So basically everything is comes with SAP Fiori, including SAP GTS area menu. But if anyone wants to still access the GTS area menu, that is also possible by implementing a note. In addition
Okay.
to that, even if you implement SAP GTS area menu, it is few of the transaction just for the sake. When you click on it, it goes to the runtime error dump. But still, you can use you can find the relevant program. For example, if you want to display a customs export declaration, if you want to display customs export declaration using the area menu, when you get into
Mm-hmm.
the area menu, when you click on the export declaration, it will give the dump. But what you can do, like in other way, so basically you can find the relevant program and go to SC38 and you can display it. But on the top, in addition to that, there is an option. There is an option SAP has given as part of the SAP Fiori app, manage export declarations. So like this. So like this, everything has come up with the Fury apps. And the other thing, for all the complaints related, for all complaints related releases or complaints related blocks. So we are not going to use SAP GUI anymore, GUI or GUI anymore. So everything handled by the SAP Fury apps, like basically manage export, manage blocked partners and manage blocked documents. If any document is getting blocked, so you have to use the app called manage blocked documents, and there for all three related for all three blocks, whether it is embargo block, SPL block, or product classification, sorry, a license block. So you can use a Fury app to manage all your blocks. In the similar way, partners as well, embargo block or SPL block, you can manage. So this is one side. And other side basically the SPL is completely revolutionized in the sense redesigned. So which means if you look at SPL screening in the GTS 11, we have SAP GTS.
Hey, Venkat, are you sharing the screen by the way? So
No,
I'm
no, no.
not able.
It's actually since I ask a question, I'm going to explain it. It's not what
Okay.
the
Thank
question.
you. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so SPL screening in the GTS 11, we have total three options. SAP GTS SPL screening using the Trex system, Trex as an optional, or Trex approach, or SAP GTS classical search. And another one important thing which was introduced in the SAP GTS 11 was the HANA search, HANA algorithm. Whereas in the SAP GTS E4H, they completely took out of Trex because SAP GTS E4H is completely run by like HANA database, right? We really do not need any kind of tricks help to do the screening process. So like this, there are many other changes. We do have a special session in the last, once we complete all the sessions, we have a separate session for to discuss those topics. In addition to that, when I explain each and every functionality or application area, even in that class as well, I'll refer what. For example, if I'm talking about SPL, I will refer in what was changed from the SAP GTS level. If I'm talking about embargo, I will explain what was changed from the like S4 E4H to the old version. Like that, we can go.
Okay. And whenever we will see all this, like running all the application, we will check in our Fury, right? Not in GUI in this
For
class.
configuration, we use GUI, but all like manage blocked partners or manage blocked documents or
Mhm.
display customs export declaration. For this, we will use Fury app. Unless until mostly sometimes what happens, we are using a demo server, right?
Mhm.
Everything may not be possible because we don't have any control. Like whatever the server access they give us, we just take it and I just take it and I mean like I'll just give it to you. Okay, a few things may not work, but whatever works, I will explain. If something is not working, I will explain. But no, maybe you get when you get a chance to the real system, you can carry on your knowledge to that real system. What I explained in the class.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hey, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Let me share my screen. Okay, this is our GTA system, and then let me go back to our master sheet. I'm going to share back. Let me. So you tell me what are the partner elements like partner data we transfer from the S4 to GTS. So we transfer basically customer master,
vendor master,
vendor master, and we also need like forwarding agent, right? Forwarding
Agent.
agent, or like I can say that consigning. Like these are the
forwarding uh, forwarding agent and broker are the same or different?
mostly we can consider it the same, but some companies, if they have any specific reason, they can create a separate business partner as well, separate partner role as well.
Okay.
Okay. So now when what happens, like this is our like ECC or S4 HANA. So we have GTS system, GTS E4H here, right? E4H here. So in our first thing is, in order to transfer our master data from S4 or ECC to GTS, what we have to do, everybody knows that we have to activate the change pointers, right? We have to activate the change pointers. Okay. So maybe like we also have something called contact person, right? So that also one of the other partner we use in our source system. So basically now when we transfer the customer master, like let us say that change pointers are already activated. Change pointers are already okay. So what is your expectation? What do you think or what do you guess when you transfer the customer master record from the S4 or ECC to GTS? So we don't have a separate customer concept in SAP GTS, or we don't have any separate vendor concept in SAP GTS. So what will happen? What should happen? Basically, you can explain like this. What should happen in the GTS? First of all, when you transfer any record or master data record, the GTS system should create a corresponding master data record. Like whatever the master data element you transfer from the S4 or ECC, when it transfer to the GTS, the expectation is the GTS system should create a corresponding master data record. So now what happens? Whenever you transfer a customer master from the SAP S4 or ECC to GTS, the GTS system create business partner record. Basically, it create business partner record. In the similar way, even for the vendor also, it create business partner record. So I shared the link right in the group. Oh, very sorry. Okay. It's I was in impression I already shared the link.
Yeah, there is no link in the group.
Oh, that's why. Okay. 1 second. Sorry, actually, I shared it actually somewhat. Maybe wrong link I might have shared.
No, I haven't received anything, Venkat. So that's the reason why I messaged you in person.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I put notification mute. Krishna, did I share in that your group as well?
No.
No. I did.
WhatsApp group? Okay.
I think I shared in our group. Okay, the other group, it looks I missed it. I don't know how I missed it. Okay, that's fine. Like I just shared it. Okay. So when you transfer the vendor master from the S4 or ECC to GTS, what happens? The GTS system create, okay, again, a business partner record. Okay. And whatever the partner element to transfer, what happens? The GTS system create a corresponding business partner record. So now you tell me if GTS system is creating a business partner record for each and every partner what you transfer from the S4 to GTS. So how can we know that which business partner record is a customer master business record, or which business partner record is a vendor master record, or which business partner record is a the contact person, whatever it is? How can we know that?
Only by the roles assigned to them.
Yes. So that means what happens basically, so the moment you transfer the partner from the S4 to GTS, when the GTS system is creating the corresponding business partner record, it also assigns something called business partner role. It assigns the business partner role. So basically, based on the role that partner is playing in the S4, the system assigns, if you transfer the customer master record, then the system assigns the business partner role called SAP. Like basically it assigns the customer role, that is the business partner role name in SAP GTS. Let me put here. The role name is SLL CP SLL CPC. So whenever you transfer vendor master, it assigns vendor role, that is SLL CPS. And also whenever you transfer a contact person, it assigns SLL CPS. SLL contact person CP. Let me check. I'm not able to recollect. 1 second. We can check here. So if I go to CP,
Sir, I have a doubt. In S4 also, in the BP, we are assigning the roles, right? In general, same role it is copying.
no, the roles, the partner roles from the SAP S4 HANA to the GTS are completely different. Okay. For your information, if you remember, as I already explained, that in SAP GTS, everything starts with whether it is the T code or report or program or table or baddie or you can say that what else? Baddies, programs, reports, tables, transaction codes, whatever you, even the roles, business partner roles, everything starts with SAP SL. Everything starts with SAP SLR. So that means, like, if you can click on here, you can see that all the roles what are available in the GTS. Okay. So SLL AUT. So this is for government agency. Okay, I told you, right, like data providers. Data providers, we have like DAP. If you have a requirement to create a business partner for a government agency that you are dealing with customs authorities, so you are going to, you have a requirement to create a business partner record for the government agency. Then what role you have to select? You have to select SLL AUT. So as I already told you, if you have a requirement to create business partner record for the bank, then you have to use BNK, SLL BNK, Customs Office COF, and customer CPC, and business partner vendor like supplier CPS, data provider DAP, FTO direct, like FTO is the organizational unit. And for your information, in SAP GTS, even the organizational units also we create as a business partner. We will have separate session for that. I will not go into deep, but very high level in SAP GTS, the organizational units also we create as a business partner. That's why SAP has given a role called SLL EFTO. They given the role as a SLL EFTO. Okay. And then like you also have like other roles. You can say that this is also another another organization unit, SLL SIT legal unit. Okay, so like this, you can see that a custom broker, right? All we can consider under the custom broker role, like whatever what is that LCB. So if I go to our Excel, so these are all like brokers, right? With the same question was asking consignee, this one we can treat as a broker, and then when you transfer these partners from S4 to or S4 or EC to GTS, what happens? The GTS system will create using the role called SLL LCB. So like that, so few roles, few business partners we transfer from the S4 to GTS. Then the system based on the partner mapping, what we do as part of the general settings, based on the partner mapping, what we do in the general settings, which we will discuss maybe like tomorrow or next week. So based on those partner mapping configuration or partner uh, basically partner structure, we call it as partner structure or partner mapping configuration. Based on that, whenever you transfer any master data from the S4 to GTS, the GTS system automatically create the corresponding business partner record and assigns the respective role in the GTS system for that business partner. And if you have a requirement to create business partner record, to create the business partner record directly in the GTS for the organizational units like FTO or legal unit or if you have a requirement to create a business partner record directly in the GTS for the bank. So I told you, right, for the bank, SLL, BNK. Okay. For FLL, foreign trade organization is FLL, SLL, FTO. For the legal unit, SLL, SIT. Okay. And for the data provider, SLL, DAP. And then customs office, SLL, COF. Okay. And then what else? Government agency, right? That is SLL, AUT. Okay. And then we have something called administrative unit. Yes. So this one. So SLL, MGR. This is one of the organizational units in the preference determination. In the preference determination, SAP has given separate role, that is SLL, MGR. So like this, there are few business partner elements what we directly create in SAP GTS. Then we have to select the role. But whereas there are other master data elements. When you transfer from the S4 or ECC to GTS, the GTS system automatically creates the business partner and assigns the business partner roles based on the configuration setting, general settings configuration called partner structure or the partner mapping. Okay, that we will discuss later. So let me finish this business partner. Let me continue with business partner. So any questions so far before I get to the configuration?
Yeah, the business partner which are not transferred from ECC to ECC or S4 to GTS, so we can create directly in GTS system also, right?
Which business partners we don't transfer? We don't transfer generally government agencies from the S4 to GTS. We directly create in the GTS system. Okay.
Right.
And organizational units, definitely you have to create directly in the GTS, like FTO and SAT. We have only two organizational units in the GTS system. Those are foreign trade organization and the legal unit. And then data provider, we have to directly create in the GTS system using the DAP role, SLL DAP. Okay. The customs offices, we don't transfer from the S4 to GTS. We directly create in the GTS. Like that. Government agencies, all these things we directly create in the GTS. Then you have explicitly select that role and create the business partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
No problem. So now let me go to the system. So this is our GTS system. Now I'm going to explain a business partner related configurations in the GTS module. So I hope you know that some of the business partner concepts, like most of the things are similar from the configuration perspective, but still I'll go very high level. SPRO. So business partner concept is a cross application component. So basically it's a cross component, which means if any of the functionality being utilized in multiple areas, multiple streams or multiple modules, we call it as a cross application component. So basically, business partner is the concept that is being used in the SAP GTS, that also being used in the financial supply chain management, or that also can be used in any other areas, right? So that's why SAP always, even if you open our SAP S4HANA also, we have this business partner concept under the cross application components. Okay. Please do not confuse, like business partner concept is always under the cross application component, because I know that most of the team members sometimes directly get into the SAP GTS and then ask me back where can I see the business partner. Okay, that's why I'm referring that point. Under the cross application components, so what you can do, you can go to the SAP business partner and then again click on the business partner. Okay. Under the business partner, you can click on the basic setting. So here, so this is where you can see all the business partner roles in the system. So basically, I'm not going to create any role, but I'm going to demo. I'm going to show you what are all the business partners available and how the business partner role can be used, and in terms of defining the fields or like making the field as a mandatory, like you know that the field control, right? So basically in SAP S4 HANA, we used to define field controls, even like in from S4 HANA perspective or SAP ECC perspective, we always define like business field controls at the account group level, right? But whereas in the SAP GTS, we define it, kind of business partner role or business partner group or identification type based on something. Those things will define it. But let me explain what business partners you can see here. Okay. So these are all the standard business partner roles, like standard in the sense like BUT, BUP 001, BUP 002, BUP 003. These are all the standard business partner roles. But what we are concerned about the business partners that are applicable for the GTS system, right? So now you can see that all the business partners, what I have already showed you like few minutes back. So this is government agency. Whenever you have a requirement to create the business partner as a government agency, you can select AUT. And this is the bank. This is the customs office. This is SLCPC like customer. And this is vendor. So just for your information, even in SAP S4HANA also, right? We are not going to call like vendor, right? Mostly like the vendor term. The term vendor is getting slowly replaced by supplier. The same thing in the GTS as well. We can call it as a supplier, we can call it as a vendor, but the preferred term for a vendor is supplier in the GTS module. So, and then data provider, DAP as the role, and then foreign trade organization. And if you have a requirement to use the foreign trade organization for the re-export concept, I'll talk about later part. And customs broker, all our forwarding agents, like I can say that consignees or any kind of other brokers, you can always treat as them as a custom broker, and you can assign this LCB as a role. Okay. So like this, and MGR is the administrative unit, or SIT is the what I say that legal unit. Okay, like this. These are all the different business partner roles that are available in SAP GTS. If you have a requirement to define the business partner role as a responsible person, you can also use this. Okay, so and generally we do not need to create copy and create a new role, because SAP GTS itself has come up with all the required roles that are applicable for the international trade. What are all the roles? What are all the business partner roles that are required for the international trade? All those roles are defined by the SAP itself. That's why you can see here. Okay. So, and then the important thing is number ranges and the grouping. Now you tell me, the one important aspect, what I have to cover here is, so in your SAP S4 or ECC, you have the customer number as 22201, okay, and your vendor number as 6661, okay. What do you think, or what do you guess when this customer master from the S4 or ECC, the number 2000001 to the GTS system, what do you think? What happens? Do you think that you get the same number? You believe that GTS system creates business partner record with the same number, or what?
Within that range.
New number will be generated. Same number.
Exactly. The point is, it creates a new number because GTS cannot accommodate the same number when it receives the business partner records from the feeder systems, because we transfer different business partners with the different number ranges, number sequences from the feeder system, right? It is not possible for the GTS system to accommodate the same number in the GTS. So which means GTS system assigns on its own number whenever it creates a business partner record from the S4 system. Then you may have the question, how can I find, I think you might be knowing that, but if you are not sure. So you may think that how can I find my business partner record with reference to my ECC number or S4 number? I will show you how you can do that. Okay, that's also one point. If you go to your BP on the left hand section, left side, find business partner. So now you want to find the business partner, right? Find the business partner using what? So you can say external number. So what is your external number? External number is your S4 or ECC number. So you can click on that and then you can put. So if your business partner number from the source system like S4 or feeder system, S4 or ECC is 200001, then you can click, you can enter that number and start. Then system displays the corresponding GTS business partner number. Okay, this is the one way like you can find a business partner based on your feeder system number. Okay, based on your feeder system number. So now let me go back to the concept. What I mean, like whenever you transfer any master record from S4 or ECC to GTS, the GTS system creates a business partner record. The GTS system creates a business partner record, and what it does basically, it assigns a new number. It assigns a new number in the GTS system. Okay, but what happens? If you want to have your own number range, right? Sometimes we have a requirement to assign our own number range to the number interval, our own number interval or no number sequence to a business partner that we are directly creating as a GTS. Then what you can select the external business partner role. Then you can select the external business partner role. Let me show you that. So if you are creating a business partner, okay, let us say you are creating a business partner for the oriented organization. So generally when it comes to organizational units or any specific customs office, let us say you are creating a customs office. You are creating a business partner record for the customs office. So what do you prefer? When you are creating the business partner record as a customs office, do you prefer the system to generate the name or what do you prefer? What is the best approach?
So we can use our own number range?
Yes, it is always advisable to use our own number range. So now you tell me, if you need to create a business partner record with your own number, with your expected number, with your own number, then what you have to do?
We need to
We
assign
need
a
to
number
select
range.
the number range for external.
Yes. That means we need to select the external. That means in basically in SAP ECC, in the feeder system level, we have that kind of like interval, right? Number range interval, like external and internal, right? But here, like we have something called grouping, business partner grouping. We have something called business partner grouping. So there we have to select the external number assignment. You can select the external number assignment. Okay. Okay. So whenever you select the external number grouping, then obviously system asks you for please enter the name. Because you selected the external number, system cannot give its own number. If you select internal grouping, then system will not give any message. So the moment when you create the business partner, okay, let us say if I save it, if I select internal grouping and save it, you see what happens. the system created a business partner number, assign the business partner number 1702 for the customs office. Okay, but what if I want a specific name for the customs office? There are different customs office, right? I want a specific customs office name for the business partner. Then what I have to do? Then I have to select external number assignment and then select the role customs office. Okay, so now if I'm creating a customs office for the Alabama customs authorities, so then what is I say that no CUS, I can also say like this CUS OF underscore AL, customs office AL. Okay, then what happens? If I don't give this number, what is going to happen? If I don't give this number, you already seen that. System asks you for, since you selected the external number, so please assign the number what you would prefer. Okay, like this. And then you can save. So like that, basically what you can do, you can choose. So now you have to define, those things as part of the number ranges. Like if you go to the number ranges, so if you want your own number intervals, what you have to do, if you say A to Z, what does it mean? It takes anything between, from A to Z when you are creating the business partner record. So if you assign a number range interval 0, 1, then what happened? When the system assigning a number, okay, it took the number that is available between 0000001 to 99999. So which is like, current running number is 1710. If I create one more business partner using the internal number range, maybe the reason is, so this might have assigned it to, the internal number range 01 might have assigned it to the internal number range grouping. So that what happens whenever you select the internal number range grouping, then system assigns the number that is available after the current number. So whereas if you select the external grouping, then the system assigns the number that is between like A to Z. Anything you can name it and you can create a business partner on your own. So that way you control, these are the business partner like intervals, right? So this is where you assign it. So basically for each grouping you can assign. If you see here, if you select internal grouping, so that is 001, the standard business partner grouping for internal number assignment is 001, and whereas the standard business partner grouping for the external number assignment is 00002. So if you see here, 01 is assigned to the 0001 internal grouping and AB is assigned to the 00002, which is external grouping. And if we have a requirement to create on our own groupings, that also you can do that. I believe that we can do here business partner role groupings, right? One second. So you can copy here, okay? You can say 0001, and then this is your custom internal grouping, and then you can select the number range whatever. You can select whatever the internal number range grouping, and you can also change the description as well. Okay. Like this, you can do that. Okay. Okay. And this is about the grouping. Like this, you can do that. Okay. So when you select it, what the system look for? System assigns the number range that is between, like that is the number range interval that is assigned to number range 0, 1 interval. So whatever the number available, whatever the current number available for the interval 0, 1, that number will be assigned whenever you select business partner grouping 001, Z001 or 0001. So if you select grouping, like you can also copy and create your own external grouping as well. Okay, the same way what I explained. Okay, and the next important point is like field groupings. Like for example, so whenever now when you are creating the business partner, so it is not asking for many fields, right? It looks like there are not any mandatory fields, right? But generally we need some fields to make mandatory as part of your business partner creation, right? So if you have such kind of requirement, what you can do, you can basically create field groupings under this configuration. So in SAP PDS system, where we define these things, we define at the account group level. We define at the account group level, whereas in the GTS, we don't use account group as a criteria to define the field controls. Okay, but instead what we do, we can define at the client level, or we can define. So the recommended approach to define field controls in SAP GTS is 99% of the clients would recommend go by business partner role. Based on the business partner role, we can define the field control, and only 1% of the people recommend using the business partner types. But most of the clients go by the business partner role. Okay. So now what you can do for each role, for example, contact person role, or so if you want to create a new role, right? Okay, SLL, CPC, or SLL, foreign trade organization. Let us say foreign trade organization. Then you can go to the new entries, select the role, or customs office. Okay, select it, and then define the field grouping or field control. Okay, so now you can tell the system, okay, for address level, so what are the mandatory fields? For address level, what are the mandatory fields? Whether you want to make it a required field, whether you want to make it as an optional field, whether you want to only make the field is display mode, or whatever it is. No specific selection. Okay, and the bank related data. So you can also specify bank details is optional or display, like that. For each and every role, what you can do, you can specify for each and every role, you can specify what field is important, what field is required, or what field is optional, and what field is display mode. Or if you want to hide a field not to be visible in our data creation, in our business partner creation, that also we can do that. So this is what we do at a business partner role level. So if in case you decide to do the same thing, at a business partner, business partner type, okay, then what you can do, you can go here. Okay, so business partner type 001, and if you want to create a new business partner type, you can do that. So okay, and then basically that you can do it, in the previous config as well. We go back now. So you can define the business partner types here. Define the business partner types. Okay. Okay, like that you can create the business partner type. So when you go to the field control, you can select the business partner type what you created, and then you can define the field selection. Like again, you can make optionals or display or like this, all these things you can define it. This is how you can define. So now the point is, you may have the question. Okay, let me show you that what it is. Okay, if I go to the business partner, I'm trying to create the business partner. Okay, so when I'm trying to create the business partner, what I'm selecting when I'm trying to create the business partner, what I'm selecting the
Okay.
grouping and business partner role. Is there any way, is there any place, is there any option for me to select the business partner type if I have different field requirement by looking at the screen, you see? So while creating, what the system is giving, either I have to select the business partner grouping and I select the business partner role. So once I move on, if I go to identification tab, I have an option to assign identification type. Not this one. No, 1 second. Let me find it. This one. So if I go to the business partner in the control tab, business partner control tab, if I go to the BP type, you please observe it. If I and hit enter, see what it is giving. Business partner type was changed and the field selection will be adjusted. So what does it mean? Basically, when you start creating, you can use a role as a criteria, but when you assign a business partner type, again the field control will be changed. So which means the higher control, the role is high level, and the niche level control you can use the business partner type as well. The moment you assign the business partner type, the selection, the field selection control will be altered. In the sense, when you select the role, system look for some kind of fields, but when you select the business partner types, the system look for different set of fields, the way how you define in the background. So which means in SAP GTS, as part of the business partner creation, we can control the fields by using the business partner role or by using the business partner type. Okay, any questions?
Not from my end.
Okay, sure, thank you. Okay, this is what we have to know from the business partner perspective.
Venkat, one question.
Yes.
For suppose we at the time beginning, like we have created one BP, okay, with the role of something as a regular customer or regular customer, okay. But later on, the business said, okay, it has to be a vendor supplier, the role. Can we change it once the same customer, whatever we created on the feeder system has moved?
So
Can we
it's not
change the
the
role?
change. It's not the change, but we can add an additional role, right? We have the same thing in S4 as well. You can create a business partner, like with multiple roles. It's same. Why we have that thing is in place. The reason for SAP introducing the business partner concept, there are many cases where a single person, a single partner playing a different role, right? Sometimes a company called XYZ can be a customer, can be a vendor, can be something else, right? So that
FTO as well could be, but in case
we can extend it. We can do that. We can extend the same business partner to the vendor role as well. We can extend it.
okay, but we cannot change. Instead of changing, we can extend it like that.
Yeah, we can extend it. We can extend the business partner. So this is basically business partner. In simple words, we can say a business partner is a person A business partner can be an organization unit. A business partner can be an entity. A business partner, even like in SAP GTS, we treat visitors, the people who participate in the visit to your business, right? For those people also we have to create, or we can create a business partner, basically person like whoever basically it is like this. So whoever participate in our business, we have to treat them as a business partner, and then we can create a business partner to the everyone. Okay, even we can create a business partner employee. For employees also we can create a business partner record in the GTS system. Even like S4 also we have the same thing, right? So everyone we treat them as a business partner record. Okay, so this is all about the business partner. And the next one is product. So what happens to the product? Let me since we are touching the business partner, right? Okay, so when you transfer the product, so when you transfer the product or material, basically, to the GTS system, what happens? The GTS system create corresponding custom product. But this case, the naming convention will be exactly same. So you do not see any different name for the product. So whatever the product name you transfer from the S4 or ECC to GTS system, the GTS system basically creates a custom product with the same naming convention in the GTS system. Okay, that's the other important thing. And here there is nothing much what we can discuss at this time, but there is something else what we discuss as part of the general settings. Okay, now let me go to system, and we are talking about the transfer, right? We are talking about what, since like almost more than 1 hour or 1 hour, since 1 hour we are talking about the transfer, business partner, master data transfer, like product master, customer master, vendor master, right? Or product master, or even the bill of material. Even if you transfer the bill of material, the system creates custom product as well. Custom product for the bill of material with the same name. Okay. So now when you are discussing about the transfer, we need to know, right, how we can transfer. So we need to know how we can transfer these elements from the S4 to the GTS system. Okay, let me explain that. So for that, what we have to do, I have to go to SAP S4 system, SAP S4 system. Okay. Do we have Roy in the class? Okay, we'll get access by tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm going to consolidate. Roy, for you I already requested, but for others I'm going to sit for some time and consolidate whoever made the payment. Based on that, I'm going to request the server access. Everyone, I believe that mostly 100% you will be receiving the server access by tomorrow before the class, or like during the class. I'll work on it after the class. Okay, so now, so can anyone tell me, if I want to access GTS area menu, in the S4 side, if I want to access GTS area menu in the S4 side, what is the T code?
/SLL
Slash SAP
/
SLL / menu _ legal R3. If it is in the GTS, there is no R3, right?
R3.
Okay. Let me show you in the Excel as well, so that you will not forget. So our master sheet, transaction code. Did I change the name, or like I explained you, right? I can write one more time. 1 second. This one. Okay. So if you want to access GTS area menu in the GTS system, if you want to access GTS area menu in the GTS system, if you want to access GTS area menu in the GTS system, it is /SAP SLL/menu _ legal. But whereas if you want to access GTS area menu in S4 system, S4 or ECC system, S4 HANA or ECC system, the same T code ends with R3. Since you are trying to access the GTS area menu in the S4 side, which is like our R3 system. Right? Traditionally, like ECC is our old R3 system. I mean, R3 is our traditional ECC system, or our source system, or SAP system. And they kept the same like R3, and even with the ECC or S4 HANA, they did not change the naming convention. You can simply remember that if you know the background of SAP, the first product of SAP is R3, right? So that's why like they give the name ending with R3. Okay. And if you take the same T code, and if I go to now I'm in ECC, right? This is our ECC or S4 HANA. S4 HANA 2023 version. And then if I want to access SAP SLL menu _ legal R3. If I use this T code, it will take me to the GTS area menu. And for your information, the GTS area menu in the GTS system, the GTS area menu in the S4 system is quite completely different. It's not the same content. We call it as area menu, but the purpose is different. The purpose of giving the GTS area menu in the S4 side is a different purpose. The purpose of giving the GTS area menu in the GTC side is a different purpose, different content. So now what we are talking? So we are talking about the transfer of master data. So transfer of master data. Okay. So that is called initial transfer of master data. Initial transfer of master data. So if you want to transfer your vendor masters or customer master or contact person or applicants or material master, bill of material or banks, if you want to transfer any of the components, if you want to transfer any of these components, what we can do, we can go to the GTS area menu and then select initial transfer of master data. And then if you have a requirement to transfer the vendors, get into this and then enter the supplier name, and then you can put, like some kind of log. Means for your reference, whenever this vendor or supplier is transferred to the GTS, for any reason, if it is not created properly, you need to know, right? You need to find out what is my reference to check the reference log, basically the transfer log. If you give your own naming convention, something like you can say that, product 1, 2, 3. What you can do once upon completing your transfer, so you can go to the GTS system. You can go to, this is our GTS, I believe. Okay, if you go to the GTS system and then system monitoring system, we have total in the GTS area menu, we have like compliance management, customs management, risk management, electronic compliance reporting. Okay, and then system administration. System administration part, we have archiving, system monitoring, system communication. And if you go to system monitoring, okay, and you see here, right, transfer log. So if you want to see the log, if you want to see a transfer log for the product, you have to get into here. And if you know the log title, like for example, so this is the title you have given, right? Product 1, 2, 3, and it's easy for you. Like system doesn't need to show everything. Otherwise, if you don't know the log title, system displays each and every product data, each and every product data, each and every business partner data that you transfer from the source system to GTS system, and it's difficult for you to trace out where it is, where your partner is located. If you give some naming convention, the transfer log, whether for the partner or product or vendor, even not only for the vendor, even for the customer, for every element, for every partner element, you have a transfer log option, title of the transfer log. Okay, so that you can in the GTS, in the transfer log directly you can put that title, and then you can check the what happens, whether it is successfully transferred, was there any issue, was there any like errors. All these things can be monitored using the transfer log here. Like this is for product and this is for the business partner. And I say business partner for all vendor, customer, contact person, for all these categories, you can see the transfer logs under the business partner. But for the product under bill of materials or all product related things, you can see under the custom products. So this is okay how you can see. That's why you have to give when you are transferring the business partner records from S4 to the GTS. You have to give this, like you have to use this section, and then you have to give the transfer log. And for the product, the same thing. Like if you go to the material master, you can give the transfer log. And then if you go to bill of material, you can also do that. Give the bill of material is this is your description. Basically, system generates it. But for other things, you can give the material, plant, and lower level code or validity. Basically, the bill of material is little different from the product master, right? Basically, bill of material is a component of a main product. Or in other words, it is like this. So a bill of material consists of a bill of material product. BOM product is consists of like header components and child components. I can say that item components are header components. That's why SAP has given different type of different set of transfer criteria other than the material masters. But again, the banks it is same. Like just give the transfer log, okay. But you just need to add the bank country again. In addition to the bank key, you just need to give the bank country or the region that it belongs to. Okay. So this is what you have to know about master data transfer. So let me explain this part, initial transfer of the documents. Then I will come back to the master data. Maybe you can select one or two product and then see, or one customer, see how it transferred to the GTS. Okay. Okay. So you know that what are the six different transactions? Six different transactions that we transfer from the S4 to GTS or ECC to GTS. From export side, what are the three, and import side, what are the three? Other words, what are the three transactions from the sales side? What are the three components from the transactions from the purchasing side?
SDG to ABC.
Orders, deliveries, purchase orders.
Sales orders, deliveries, billing documents are the pro forma.
Billing, yeah.
Are from
Purchase
the
orders.
sales and distribution, which is from the export side. And then purchase documents, inbound delivery, and material documents from the import side or the MM side. So that's why we have like these things. So in general, either it is the product or either it is the product or transactional data. We don't need to transfer unless it is initial transfer, initial cutover, right? So as part of initial cutover, we may need to do one-time activity, but in between, once the project is go live, we generally do not need it here. But there are cases. For example, you create a transaction, somewhat it is not transferred to the GTS. So there are different cases. The target system is down, or RFC connection is down, or we have some issues with the RFC connection. When you create a sales order, sorry, when you create a sales order, you have some issue. Then what happens? It doesn't go to the GTS system, right? Then what you
Yes.
can do, once RFC connection is good, or once the target system is up, then you can come back to the transfer sales documents and you can enter the sales order and you can execute it. So the system will do that. And whereas in the same thing for the delivery or billing, the product you do it as part of like initial data transfer, right? You transfer all your vendors, you transfer all your customers, but in between, did I explain this? What is synchronous and what is asynchronous?
Synchronous is normally in a cloud methodology. It is like the action taken at the source will immediately reflect on the other system as well.
Okay, if it is like this, the synchronous mode of transfer and asynchronous mode of transfer. If the data is getting transfer in the real time, or immediately, like in the sense, the fraction of seconds, the moment you create here, if the data goes to the GTS, then it is a synchronous mode of transfer. But whereas if the data is getting transferred from the one system to other system on a periodical basis, like daily once, or daily twice, or daily thrice, okay, 5 times a day, daily, or once in 2 days, once in a week. So these are all the frequencies, right? Periodical, right? So that is called asynchronous transfer. So for your information, with respect to the SAP, S/4HANA to the GTS, or SAP ECC to GTS data transfer, SAP recommends, or SAP says that
Manually transferring is unsynchronous.
manually we can transfer it, but we can automate. That's why we are activating the baddies, right? Why are we activating the baddies for the transactional data?
Synchronous.
For synchronous, because the moment first thing, once you set up the RFC connections between the source system, feeder system to the GTS system, and then you activate the baddies and corresponding configurations, what happens? The moment you create a sales order and you save it in a fraction of seconds, milliseconds, the system goes to the GTS and gets screen and come back to the S4 or ECC as well. So that's called synchronous mode of transfer, which means the transactional data SAP designs the transactional data transfer is a synchronous mode of transfer, but for the master data, it is not like that. Even though you create a product morning, you create a product in the afternoon, what you can do, either you can schedule a batch job in the night or evening, whatever the way. Then what happens? Whatever the master data elements you create from the morning to evening, all at once goes to the GTS system, daily once or daily twice. So that's called asynchronous mode of transfer. So for that, what you can do, you can use the background jobs. You can schedule the background jobs daily once or twice, so that all your master data transfer from or daily 1 hour also. Daily, some people put to daily 1 hour. So they say they can daily 1 hour. So that every 1 hour, whatever the master data is created, product data is created, so all the data will be transferred. And if you schedule the same thing for the product, customer or vendor, then also you schedule the background job. What are all the business partner as a customer, business partner as a vendor created for the last 1 hour, all will be transferred to the GTS system at one time. That is what, for the asynchronous mode of transfer and synchronous mode of transfer. And for the master data transfer, we have to activate the baddies, change pointers for the master data, the basic settings, right? GTS area menu, if you go to the basic setting, you have to transfer. These are the baddies, what you have to activate, okay? BNK mass or bomb mat, okay? CPM or whatever, SAP SLL, all these things are cream mass, dev mass, okay? Mat mass, price mat. These things you can transfer, actually you have to activate to transfer master data from the S4 to GTS. And whereas for the transactional data, Like for the transactional data, you have to activate the baddies. For that, you know that, right? You have to go to SPRO for activating the baddies. Okay, integration with other components. If we go here, integration with the governance, risk and compliance, and then global trade services. Here, control data for transferring the GTS. So here, all the 6 baddies: purchase orders, deliveries, material documents, MM0A, MM0B, MM0C, and sales documents, SD0A, SD0B, SD0C. Like that, you activate all these 6 baddies and do the corresponding configuration settings. Like under SD0A, what are the document types that need to be transferred, and what functional, what control set, what control parameters need to be, what controls need to be happen when you are transferring the data with respect to each and every application. I mean, with respect to each and every baddie, like application component. Okay. So this is what we have to do. So any questions so far?
So for RFC connections also we need to establish, sir.
Actually that one, it will be taken care by basis string. If you go to SM59, so go to the web connections. So this is our old GTS. Where is new GTS? Yes, for HANA to GTS. They put the name, but it is, if you go here, you see that. So basically this will be taken care by the basis string. So this should be always like, saved. If it is initial means, for example, I think this is a good point. So anytime like, in your real time, when you start working on the client, there are two ways. You can check whether your target system, GTS system, is connected and it's working fine or not. If the in order to make sure the RFC connection is good or bad, what you can do, first of all, you need to know what is your logical system name. What is your logical system name? Like you know that, right? Each target system we create as a logical system in the source system. For each target system, whether it is your other SAP system, GTS system, EWM system, whatever the system it is, we create as a logical systems in our source system, and then we set up the RFC connection. So very first level, if you want to see whether it is the connection is good or bad, go to SM59, and click on that GTS system, the system, whatever the system you are checking. If you know the logical system name, then what happens? You can select the system and click on the connection test. So if it is, you are getting this error means, that means your target system currently it is not working, it is not active. Okay. One second, let me see that our GTS client. What is our GTS client? This is our, let me go back. This is our GTS. E4H. This is our GTS system, E4H CLNT 900. It should be generally, the logical system is like this. If your system name is SFD, your development system, and if your client is 200, the logical system name is like this: SFD CLNT 200. So in this case, our GTS system name is A4H, client is 900, and the logical system name should be A4H CLNT 900. But no, I don't see here what did they use any different name or not? Let me check here. There's another option we can check. 900. S4HANA to GTS. So this looks good. This is where you are. Oh, we are in GTS, right? Okay, I have to go to ECC GTS. Okay, that is the wrong one. Okay. So this is our GTS system. Now I have to go to ECC. Okay. To go to ECC. This is our ECC. Correct. Okay. If I go to SM59 here, I was checking the wrong system. If I go to ABAP connection, you see this one GTS CLNT 900. So this is our right. When you are in ECC, when you are S4, you need to know what is your target system, target GTS system, to check whether the system is working or not. Okay. So now, if you double click on it, we click on the connection test. See, it's working. So that means first thing what you can do, find out what is your logical system name of GTS, and then get into the ECC, go to SM59 and go to ABAP connections, and then look for the logical system name and double click on it and click on the connection test. If it is working good, you are good. And other thing you can do, like if the password status is saved, means it is always good. If it is initial, means that it's not something wrong. Okay, these are the two things what you can check. In the similar way, if you want to check whether ECC is connected to your GTS, then you have to go to the GTS system. You have to go to the GTS system and then go to SM59 and then ABAP connections. So whatever ECC system name, that is this one, right? 400, I think. You can see connection here. Like this, it's working. Like this, you can see whether both systems are connected or not. Okay. This is one important other thing what you have to know. Okay. So any questions other than this?
Venkat, regarding the cutover activity for the master data and transactional data, anything could you tell that? Like how
Cutover,
did we
these
get?
are all cutover, right? All our transfer of customers, transfer of vendors, all are part of cutover. Like even the initial transfer of transaction data, all these things are as part of the cutover. You have to either you can schedule a background jobs or you can manually select and transfer it at one time as part of before the go live.
And what about the transactional? Same like that, sales orders all should be selected.
Yes, it has a criteria basically. You don't need to give the sales order as well. This is our it is 400 is ECC, right? Okay. If you go to area menu R3, okay, and then if you go to the sales orders, okay. So here you can give like sales organization, distribution channel, and user, and execute it, so that everything will be transferred. That all the transactions that belongs to that one will be transferred.
Ah, this is more easier, right? Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Okay. So if we do not have any questions, we can close the session and then we'll see you tomorrow same time.
Hey, Venkat, one question I have.
Yes, Nihar.
Yeah, so when we are transferring the customer master to GTS, so we are using the change pointer, right? And we have some specific fields, we are assigning those fields only to be transferred to GTS system, correct? Like our address information only.
Can you repeat your question?
So when we are transferring the business partner data from ECC to or S4 to the GTS system, so we are defining the fields right in the change pointer. So what are the selected fields to be transferred, the information to be transferred for the customer master, right? And mostly that will be the address related information.
Correct.
I don't think apart from that, any of information we are transferring.
Yes, that's a good point actually. Let me put this way. With respect to the master data transfer, okay, even though your business partner as a customer or vendor, your customer master, vendor master, or product master has many fields, right? In S4, we have n number of fields, numerous fields, but we really do not need all those fields for the GTS, which means system only transfers, okay, a specific fields that are relevant for the screening purpose, specific fields that are relevant for the international trade. All other fields will be ignored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks.
No problem. Thank you everyone for joining the session. See you tomorrow, same time. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So if anyone not, let me do one thing. So if anyone not make the payment, please make it by end of today, so that it's easy for me to get the access at one time for everyone. Otherwise, it's difficult for me to follow up per individual. And please help that part so that I can get everyone by today itself. Okay, please take care of that payment if you have not made. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, hello. Hi, Venkat.
Divya.
I did not receive your email, the recordings.
Which one? What is your email, Divya?
divyabhat007.db@gmail.com.
So
you mentioned that you shared, but I have not received it.
Okay, that's why I'm checking whether your email is there in the Excel, maybe.
Yeah, because you shared me the SD videos, but not the GTS one, the demo and the class 1 and 2.
Okay, that's good. Actually, at least you, till now, I have the impression I have been sending it because everyone else is received.
I replied you over the on WhatsApp as well that I have not received it. If you just cross check once
Can
again.
you ping me? Can you ping me your email?
Yeah, sure. I will just share right away over the WhatsApp.
Divya.
Yes, share. I want demo 2, class 1 and class 2 and today's also.
How come it is so I missed it? Okay, 1 second. So it's not Divya Parikar, right? Divya Bhatt.
No, it's Divya Bhatt. Yes.
Okay. I'm checking 1 second. It should be there actually.
And I've made the payment if you can get the
I remember that. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Divya. Somewhat, I did not. Maybe I got confused with other Divya. Your email was not there actually.
Okay, no problem. You can share.
Okay. Let me save it. Like go to meeting, right? Zoom meeting. Chart.
Yeah.
But you never received, right? You never received anything, GTS, right?
No. I have not received a single mail related to GTS.
I got it now actually. Okay. But even
And it's very difficult to connect with you as well because we are in different time zone. So I was just texting you on the WhatsApp.
The question is how you receive that SD recordings, because I don't have your email at all. I'm little confused.
I shared you my email on the first demo class, and there you shared me the video of
maybe
SDs.
a system might have. Can you ping me one more time in the Zoom meeting? This meeting chat.
Zoom meeting. Okay. Yeah, doing it. Just give me.
Maybe very first time I shared, right? And then
Yes. In the first demo class.
So let me add you to the first, like Excel, so that I'll not miss going forward.
Yeah, shared.
Okay. Okay, Divya, sorry for the inconvenience. I'll share it.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, just share. Thank you.
No problem. I'm going to share right away. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow, same time.
Thank you.